Some of you know that I used to be ludicrously into something called kokology. And kokology are those fun party games you play when you're all sitting around bored and someone says, "Hey, you're walking down a beach and you see a surfboard. Describe the surfboard." And you describe the scene around you in ludicrous detail down to this gorgeous surfboard that you see. And you're getting really into it. And then the guy says, "A surprise! It represents a dick. It's your perfect ideal penis." And then you can never unknow that your ideal penis is like giant and shiny and blue, freshly waxed, and it's got an orange stripe down the middle. And even if it's something that you maybe wish you could forget, it's a fun game to play at parties, or if you're like me and don't really like people, it's a fun game to play on your own. So I'll ask you some questions, and if you want to reblog with your answers and what it represents about you, or reply to this video, or make your own response video, that would be fantastic. So allow me to take you on an adventure. Have you ever had a true adventure, the kind you read about in novels or watch on the silver screen? An action-filled series of cliff-hanging scrapes and brushes with destiny, and of course a touch of romance to keep interest levels high? Wouldn't you like to? You're a warrior in an ancient kingdom and have been chosen to accompany the most famous hero in the land on a mission to recover a stolen treasure. What does the hero say to you as you prepare to embark on your quest? And you can start a text post and write that in there, or just keep it to yourself. It'll be important later. Before you set off, the king summons you and gives you a sword to see you through your adventure. What kind of sword is it? Describe it in detail. And I'll promise it's not a dick, so you can just describe it to your heart's content. Your travels take you over high mountains and through dense old forests, and you encounter many obstacles and crises along the way. Now you have finally arrived at the mouth of the cave where the stolen treasure lies waiting. How many enemies have you met thus far in the course of your adventure? You can give numbers or descriptions, however you like. You enter the cavern and finally discover the treasure you've been seeking. At that moment, what expression crosses the face of the great hero you accompanied on this quest? Describe the expression in detail, or take a picture of yourself making it and photo reply. That would be fantastic. And here we go. Here's what it represents about you. By entering the role of a warrior charged with a mission of great importance, you also assumed the associated feelings of pride in being trusted with such responsibility. Your answers to this quiz are linked to how you handle your own pride. The words the venerated hero spoke to you are words that play on your pride. In a sense, the words you imagined the hero saying are words you have a weak spot for and that can spur you into action. Did you hear something inspiring like, "Trust me, I'm counting on you," or "We're gonna have to work together"? Each has its own special significance for the way you want to be called on for help. Or was the hero something less than encouraging? "Just stay out of the way," or "If you're thinking about quitting, now's the time." You have a soft spot in your heart for people with cold attitudes. I personally read a lot of romance novels, so the guy said to me, "Try not to fall in love with me." The sword the king gave you is a symbol of your own self-pride. Was it a finely crafted, shining blade, or a rusty, old, barely serviceable tool? I was kind of lying when I said it wasn't about dicks. The number of enemies you encountered signifies the number of obstacles and crises you see yourself as having overcome in your own life so far. The greater the number, the greater your confidence in your own abilities and pride in yourself should be. How many did you say? Several hundred? One thing you don't lack is self-assurance. Of course, after all those adventures, we're sure you have a very valid reason. Just one or two? You don't see yourself as much of an adventurer, do you? Maybe you need some more life experience to help you gain confidence in yourself. You didn't meet any enemies. Either the villains were too scared to show your faces out after hearing you were coming, or you just figured they wouldn't bother with someone insignificant like you. I myself had one gigantic one. So, picture like Grop from Harry Potter. Like, when I say gigantic, I mean gigantic. How did the hero react on recovering the lost treasure? The great hero who led you on this adventure actually represents those characteristics you admire most in the opposite sex, regardless of the gender you imagined the hero to be. The expression you pictured on the hero's face is the expression you find most attractive on a person of your preferred sex. Was it an ear-to-ear grin, a look of proud satisfaction or plain relief, or maybe tears of joy? Whatever the expression, remember it. Someday someone may use it to unlock your heart. And I can attest that that is completely true, because Mr. Fiance makes his face all the time, and this is exactly what the guy in my mind did. So remember what face your mystery hero made, because it could be important later in your life. So that was our adventure into your mind. So if you want to reblog it with what you learned about yourself, please feel free. I'd love to know.